see, YouTube. Get this here set up and going. Let me see. See the highlight. Blessed Tribe. Let me see. Let me get my lighting right on here. Just finished on answering questions on Instagram. I was on there. Hurt my bike yesterday. Lifting a locker, a big old set of lockers for my wife up the stairs and throwed it back out. So I've been sitting down today, laying down. Jeff was on the ice, so I was doing a live. I was answering questions. On Instagram and wanted to pop in today because I didn't get to do a video. Somebody say my circle turned yellow. Congrats, Dion. So y'all see them little circles by y'all name. Everybody in the chat is a member of the Blessed Tribe. And the Blessed Tribe, it go up and down because $1.99 is hard to come by in this day and age. And people sometimes it just bills. So and that y'all know with us, it take one time for that $1.99 to hit on the wrong day, and then you get that overdraft fee. So now your $1.99 is $36.99 because you get that $35 fee or that $25 fee. So now that $36.99, and then you call in the bank line. Yes, Google. What is Google? YouTube. $1.99? That's never in my life have I signed up for that. Well, ma'am, this is the third month that you've been charged. What? Well, you need to refund all 3 months because I've never seen Google, never seen YouTube, and do not know what $1.99 is. So you need to So I try to get it, try to keep that $1.99 on there, but it ain't affordable for everybody. So I realize that. I appreciate y'all for being on here, but as you go on, it'll change your color every month. Y'all got to forgive my son gave me a dinosaur band-aid. Cut my hand on that lock I was moving. So now let me see. Now y'all make sure you put Dion Moore says she paid in full. Okay, so each month that you on there, it'll change colors. I think the final color is red. I think. Make sure y'all put the hashtag Q. I'm trying to answer some questions. Before I answer questions though, y'all hold y'all questions. I was on the Instagram Q&A, and now I stopped doing the Instagram Q&A just because it is draining on a whole nother level. Orange might be the highest color too. Now you say you've been orange for a while. Shouldn't be orange more than 30 days unless your account reset. But I think red is the highest one, and I think that can come after 6 months. But I stopped doing the Instagram Q&A because it is draining on another level because I'm typing. So I'm typing out the words and then I have to read it all because one typo can throw everything off. And so I stopped really doing that as much because it's easier just for me to read the question and talk. And then too, when you typing, it's so many, great debaters from the movie that's reading it and then got DMing me all these questions and why you said this, why you said that. Like, listen, the answer is the answer, all right? And you know you wouldn't answer it the same way. That's why they not asking you, because you wouldn't answer it the same way. So I stopped doing that. But one question I kept seeing over and over and over is people saying, how do I move on? How do I move on? How do I move on? And I got to tell you like this right here. The only way to move on is to move on. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. It ain't no special magic. It's just move on. You got to read the books. You got to do the courses. You got to put one foot in front of the other, and you just got to go. It is nothing special to it. It don't matter what the relationship was, how long it was. It's all still work that got to be done. And so if that's therapy, if that's coaching, if that's talking to your best friend, if that's reading a book a week, You got to do the work. Shalana, I almost missed your question right there. It's happening more today. Thoughts? I really don't know what that is. You know, the P word, I understand that it sounds like something nasty, that where it's multiple people in a relationship. Um, but I don't know if that word is a good or bad word on YouTube, so I ain't gonna say it out my mouth. But it's just nasty. It's just nasty. I really don't. I don't pay attention to foolishness. You know what I mean? If people get into foolishness, that's on them. I really don't address foolishness. It For me, it don't make no sense in the world to have multiple partners. It's like you could catch HIV from one person. It don't make sense to me to have three, four, five. You know, when you come into the knowledge of who you are and what you want, to still be out here dilly-dallying with multiple people and calling it love. And it's hard to make a relationship work with one person, let alone two, three, four, five, six people. So all that extraness that people getting into, it's coming just devilishness, demonic spirits, weakness, ignorance. That's all that is. A relationship is between two people, and that's it. Point blank. Period. Hey Tony, do you think that you have to forgive in order to move on, regardless of if it's the worst situation anyone can endure? Yes, you do have to forgive. I read a quote a long time ago on the quote app, and it said, forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. Because if you don't forgive, then you're going to continue to hurt. So you can't heal it unless you admit that you feel it. And to admit that you feel it, you got to acknowledge it. And when you acknowledge it, you got to forgive it. Because when you forgive it, that's when you really can truly start to do the work. And a lot of times we want to hold on to a grudge because we think that we get a reward. We think we get a cookie for holding on to a grudge and being angry with somebody. We think being angry with somebody is going to make their life worse. Like our anger is their repayment for what they did wrong to us. And that's not the case. That's not the case. It'll hurt you. I was best friends with a guy for several years. We ended up dating for a while, but I broke up with him because his ex-wife was trying to control. How can I know if I should give him a second chance? Well, if his ex-wife was trying to control, that's something he should have put under control. And so if he didn't put that under control, then that means that she still has a place in her heart. Because a man who loves you and he's about you, then that ex-wife would have had a restraining order. She would have had the police called on her. But if she was trying to control and he was letting her do that and he was just kind of letting it go, that's really where his heart and mind is at. And that's also a lot of times he'll let that kind of linger there because he knows that could push you away. Because for one, you should not make a friend that was a platonic friend a lover. You never go from platonic friends to lovers. If it's somebody you meant to be with, then y'all should have a romantic interest from day one. Very, 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 very rarely do platonic friends turn into great lovers. Yes, a romantic interest built on friendship, meaning that y'all are talking and getting to know each other, that can work. But when you are platonic friends with no romantic interest that is expressed between y'all, and you go from that to trying to be in a relationship, that always fails. Coach Felicia, God bless you now. Bless you. Maria, God bless you. No question. Coach, just thank you so much for all you do. May God continue to bless you and your beautiful family. Now, I think these coaches right here, too, may be on mymentor.life. So when y'all see these coaches pop up in there, just search the name on mymentor.life. Do grown boys feel any remorse for the good women they hurt once they actually mature, become grown men? Yes, grown men feel remorse. But grown boys don't feel remorse. But after he matures, like you say, grown men feel it. But him feeling it doesn't make your life better. Him feeling it doesn't change your life. You know, you still got to do your healing and do your work. And then what he does with his life. So I was a grown boy. I didn't have any remorse. Now that I'm a grown man, I have remorse. And that's why I do the work that I do. So people always say, Tony, do you go back and apologize to the women you've hurt? This is my apology. Me working to level the playing field. Me working to right the wrongs. it wouldn't be smart for me to go back to apologize and rekindle a soul tie when I'm a married man. So I move on with my life, but I do the work to make up for, to make it right for their daughters, their sons, for them if they still single and looking, they can, they may hear a message, or a man may hear a message that touch and change their life. Make sure you put hashtag Q in front of your question, and make sure you listening too, because if I answer after I ask you a question, um, let me answer some of other people's questions if you don't mind. Hey Tony, I just have to ask: is there really such a thing as a man being well? If you know what I mean. No, there's not. A lot of time people say, "Oh, a man whipped," and men say, "Oh, that was so good," and all that. It's not. That's not really a real thing. I mean, yeah, if she got old Jezebel spirit and she channeling all kind of spirits and stuff like that, she could just be so wild and crazy. It's just something that he never experienced, and it kind of do something like that. But that'll be so rare. That's like something from the Matrix or something from a movie. But no, it's not. It all is the same, to be honest with you, because the same result happened for the man. So it's the same. It really comes down to, when it feels different is when you fall in love. When a man fall in love, that's when love feels different. Ashley, God bless you. I keep faking confidence. Truthfully, I don't feel good about the way I look. Low self-esteem. Feel like no one wants me. I see therapists. Doesn't seem to help in this area. You may need life coaching. You know, I've been having a lot of clients here recently, and I think I'm getting ready to retire from coaching January 1st, 2021, just so I can focus a little more just talking to the masses versus one-on-one, because it's getting a little draining. But I've been doing a lot of coaching and with individuals one-on-one for the last 13 years. And a lot of people tell me that it's a big difference between their coaching with me or with a life coach versus therapy. And a lot of people say, like, when they go to the therapist listens and asks questions, but just listens, and they really looking for some advice, some words of encouragement, some words of affirmation. And so that's something that a coach may do differently. Whereas a therapist may be like, hey, this could be outside of the treatment plan. This could, get me audited. I could get in trouble. It's different, parameters with therapy, to where if you're not growing and you're not getting what you need to get from therapy, then that means you need to work with a different type of mental health professional, because not one way it's not a one size fits all. Same the other way around. If you're working with a life coach and you're not getting what you need, then you may need to try therapy, or counseling. So just keep doing the work. Robin Lee, God bless you. Latiqua, God bless you. Tips on how to stand out to a guy. Just be yourself. Just be natural. Don't try to do anything special. Because see, a lot of times when you try to do something special, you end up doing something that throw you off, that have you looking like somebody else's child instead of like a child of God. But when you yourself, every woman stands out to a man. It doesn't matter a woman's race, her color, her height, her weight, her car, her clothes. Every single woman stands out to every man. Men are wired to notice every woman. I'm a married man and I still notice women. I can't lust, I can't do nothing about it, but it's just the way men are wired. We see every woman, and it's just every man understands that. So a lot of times women go out and they doing cartwheels through the mall trying to be noticed by a man, or they getting blue hair and red hair, and they doing a bunch of piercings or a bunch of tattoos for a man, to get the attention of a man, and the man already saw you. He already seen you. You could be the most quiet, shy woman in the world, and he still see you. So you there, it's just gonna take the man for you to see you. Sasha, God bless you now. Am I wrong for expecting my boyfriend of 1 year to reach out to me after he's done working if we haven't spoken all day? No, you ain't wrong for that now. I had to read that again. You ain't wrong for that. I'll tell you what, if he working all day and he doesn't reach out to you after he's done, then that is not your boyfriend. That's not your boyfriend. He belongs to the community. He belongs to somebody else. KS, God bless you. So if I was you, I'd be trying to get some clarity on this, and I'll be getting ready to move on with my life. Liz, God bless you now. I'm 28. When I'm in the talking stage and he's reg, I like to over text him to test his temperament. It's silly things. Is my approach is immature. I want to see if he can be a rock and emotionally stable. You gonna run him off. You gonna run him off. You gonna run him off. Now, it's one thing that for one, we shouldn't be testing people. Yes, people do test, but you got to understand that with that test, a real woman not gonna let a man be testing her. A real man not gonna let a woman be testing him. So you got to understand, don't go in there acting crazy, talking about you want to see if he a rock. Yeah, he finna rock out of your life to show you that he a rock, which means that he's not gonna let you disturb his peace. He's not gonna let you disturb his energy. And so if you coming off emotionally unintelligent, trying to see if he is emotionally intelligent, then that's mind games. And when we play mind games, everybody loses. Now I teach women about men testing them so that you prepare, but I'm not saying that the test is okay and that the test is right. I'm saying this is what's gonna happen. So this is what you got to understand and realize and be ready for. At the same time, when you test a man, if you testing him by getting on his nerves and acting crazy, you gonna lose him. Just like if a man tests a real woman by acting crazy, he gonna lose her. So with that right there, you got to play at your own risk. If anything, if you want a man, you ain't got to test a man to get a man. If you want a man, be a solid, strong, secure woman, and that's gonna do what it need to do. And if he's not emotionally intelligent, he gonna show that without you having to act crazy. Hi Tony, I was involved with this guy that was involved with another woman. Now I cut him off. Now he's back. Should I keep it moving or listen to what he has to say? That's a personal choice. Me personally, I'm a man. So men, we really don't do what women do in a lot of playing all them games and be trying to hear people out and all that. If me personally, as a man, I'd be gone. I'd be gone. If I was talking to you and you ain't want me, you want somebody else, okay, here go my behind the kiss. I'm gone. And then come back, talking about, me and him done now I can talk to you. No, I'm done. Bye. I'm gone. You see what I mean? But women, y'all sit there and entertain stuff and end up playing yourself. It's kind of like I always tell people, if it's the right person, it'll be the right time. If it's the right person, it'll be the right time. If it ain't the right time, that ain't the right person. It ain't your person. VV, God bless you. I'm saved. If I meet a man that's not, should I give him a chance? He might be willing to give his life to Christ or keep it moving. Thoughts? Now, somebody the other day got blocked because I was jokingly talking about if you unequally yoked, if you with somebody that's not in your looks compatibility zone, and they went trying to be theological and preaching and all that, block. But what they was talking about is the scripture of where it's talking about not to be unequally yoked with non-believers. So being with somebody knowingly when you are a believer and they are not a believer, that's a recipe for disaster. So don't go in trying to sleep with somebody, which is essentially being in a romantic relationship with them, essentially what y'all gonna be doing when y'all get married. Don't go try to think yo vajay gonna make a man convert to Christ. No, he grown. He's already made a choice. He's not gonna choose Christ just because, you talking, he dating you. If he got an inkling in him that want to get to know Christ, he gonna listen to you, and when he hear that you Christian, he not even gonna tell you he's not a believer. If he look at you, he already know if you his wife or not just by looking at you, because he done envision her in his head. And then when he talk to you and you got a good personality, now he already know. When he hear that you saved, he not gonna tell you he's not a believer. He telling you that to test you, but he gonna act like he know God already. So don't ever try to use a relationship to convert somebody, because God is not going to send you a test. God ain't gonna send you a project that will risk your salvation. Yes, the man is not gonna be perfect, but it ain't gonna risk your salvation. How do you feel about weight gain in a relationship? Is it understandable if a guy leaves because of weight? Miss Trinidad, God bless you. No, it's not understandable, because love is unconditional, especially in those conditions. Now, love is not unconditional, like if it's in dealing with cheating or something like that. But when a person falls in love with you, for one, they'll love you enough to motivate you, to encourage you, to work out with you, to help you lose that weight, to get over that weight. When a person leaves because of weight gain, then that lets you know it wasn't real love to begin with. So understand that. Sharon, God bless you. How can you tell the difference between a man that is versus being a player? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. I mean, and the N word, that's, what y'all be talking about, narcissism. And people ask me, why you say your words wrong? It's just because the words on here, you can't say every word you want to. There's somebody network. But to be honest with you, don't nobody really fully understand that word that y'all use. And you'll have to talk to a doctor that helped, that studied that in school and went through all of that and different nuances of it. But it's all the same. Yeah, a player. When I literally described a grown boy that I used to be, and that every grown boy I've ever met, and so many women say, wow, he is describing a such and such narcissist. And they saying that I'm describing that, when that's just men, but somebody put a title on it. And so that's why I say it's the same. Hey Tony, I'm over 55, he is 60. How long should we date before realistically expecting a proposal? That's a whole nother ball game there, but I will say, being 60 years old, he should know what he wants. So to be honest with you, if he doesn't need you for financial reasons, he can know in 6 months. But the other side of being 60 is he could be set in his ways, and he could have made up his mind that he's not going to be in a relationship or get married again in this lifetime. That he want to go on and meet the Lord. So, single. Latika, God bless you. What does it mean when you catch a man staring at you in your sleep? Hopefully it's your husband. If it's your husband, then you shouldn't be sleeping beside a man that's not your husband. And then two, I really, to be honest with you, as a man, that'll be scary to me. That'll be scary to me, because it's just one end of the spectrum or the other. It either mean I'm so in love with you that I'm watching you sleep like an angel, or I'm getting ready to chop you up and put you in the refrigerator, in the freezer. I'm gonna side with the latter on that right there. And me personally, I would not be going to sleep around the man again. And he's sitting there looking at you. No, bro, come on now. This ain't no Nicholas Sparks movie. Don't be looking at me while I'm sleeping. You have to get you some shut eye while I'm sleeping. Liz, God bless you. Now, Liz, you need a coaching session. I feel like I keep seeing this Liz name in here. So husband said we were never supposed to be married. Found out I was pregnant. He didn't want. Kept baby, and husband is now very happy, confused. Well, the happiness ain't got nothing to do with you. The happiness got to do with he get to see his seed. He get to see his seed, and the pride and joy of most men's life is seeing his reflection, seeing himself come to life in the form of a baby. That brings joy to an average man's heart. So that's all that is. I think I'm isolating myself more and more because people are really messed up these days. Now I find myself going out and becoming socially awkward and having poor conversational skills. How to fix? It's all in your mind. You got to change your mindset. So if you telling yourself people really messed up these days, and all you doing is watching forensic files, and snapped, then you can't change it. But when you tell yourself something different, like the person for me will be for me, I'm gonna attract what I become. If I'm a good person with a good heart and I radiate with a good spirit, I'm going to attract people like that. Then that's what's gonna happen. Lakendra, let me answer your question so you can stop posting that in there. I've been talking to a guy I met 3 weeks ago. He hasn't asked me on a date yet, but he claims he's very interested in me. He's also in the process of a divorce. Why hasn't he asked me on a date? Because he's still married. And because that would be adultery. And so what you need to do is stop worrying about why he hasn't asked you on a date, and you need to put your track shoes on and run. Because you don't need to be waiting on a married man. Because a married man who in the quote unquote process of a divorce could be processing for the rest of your life. A lot of times, talk to me when your divorce final and you done healed. That's the only kind of man you need to be entertaining, is a healed and whole, completely available man. Not no man that's still on papers with another woman. You should never entertain that. So God bless you. When a man asks about your last relationship, is it worth lying that you left because he didn't want to get married as a way to plant the seed? A man asks about your last relationship, worth lying that you left because he didn't want a way to plant the seed. No, it's never worth lying. Now, don't get in the habit of lying. Just tell them it just wasn't for me. The key for women talking to men is you kind of got to be aloof. I really don't know what that word means, but it sounds good right there. But you can't be very detailed with a man in the beginning stages when you get to know him. It kind of has to be open-ended answers, open-ended questions, because see, men are, like scientists and doctors when it comes to women. So when a man asks you a question, he listening very specifically for a certain answer, because when you, that answer is going to tell him what he can do to you and what he can get away with on you. But when you say it just wasn't the right fit, we just weren't meant to be together, and he like, well, what do you mean? It just wasn't the right fit. It's just we didn't mesh, we didn't gel. And so so now he doesn't know anything. But when you say specifically, well, he cheated on me 3 or 4 or 5 times and I stayed and I tried to forgive him and get over it, but he continued to cheat, and then things got physical, and then I had to leave. Now you just told him that you insecure or that you weak. None of these things may be literally true, but this is how he decoding it. Oh, so I could get away with a whole lot on her because of all she put up with him. Now you talk too much. So that's why I tell y'all, I did a whole video on some stop telling a man so much or something. I can't remember. I got a green shirt on because it's an old video, but I still be seeing people comment on it. And I know I got a green shirt on in there, but I can't remember the title. It may be like when talking to a man or not talking too much, something like that. Talking to a guy, consistent. He know I have other friends. He says he's up for the challenge. Advice. Well, that's not a good thing. When a man, never let your right hand know what your left hand doing. If you talking to a man, let him feel like he the only man in the world. Don't tell him you talking to other men, because now you become a game. And just like what he told you, he up for the challenge. So no respectable man is going to compete with other men knowingly. So what's going to happen is you told him that, so now he see you as a challenge. So he is staying to conquer the game, to win the game. And that means getting you on your back. When he gets you on your back, now he gonna take that and then he gonna leave when he get tired of it, because he can't trust you because y'all opened up talking and you talking about you dealing with other men. And so some women do that thinking that that's empowering, because like, oh, men do it too. Yeah, men do it too, but men don't tell you they doing it when y'all dating, because he just know that's going to throw things off. So a man will try to let you feel like you the only woman in the world. So while you telling him you got other friends, he got other friends too. But you see, he ain't really talking about that. He's saying he up for the challenge for you. Go on about your business. You done messed it up already. Go on about your business. Um, Tara, God bless you. Tony, the Lord just used you. I'm in an unequally yoked relationship. Thank you. Hey, God bless you. Now, I'm glad you got that. LaKendra, God bless you. LaKendra sent a little blessing now. She said, I kept posting that question on here. Let me send a little blessing. Bless you now. I had my first experience of a Tony Gaskins hater. He was actually yelling at me on our first so-called date. Should I tell men ahead of time I consider you a mentor? That is interesting. Now, see, men naturally territorial. Men like to pee on stuff. Men naturally territorial. And so, no, you should not tell a man. You should not ever mention me to a man. So, because when you let him know what you know and who you know, now he just gonna come watch the videos, hear what I'm telling you, and then he just going to create another game plan to beat the plan that you coming in with. Because it's so many caveats and nuances to relationship coaching that this man will listen to a whole hour of me talk. I can't hit on every point in an hour. Like when I teach on any subject on YouTube, I could do a 4-hour seminar. I literally could do an 8-hour seminar on that topic. I'm talking for 1 hour. When I say one thing, you may have 3 different thoughts in your head and you may miss my next 3 to 5 sentences. So you actually don't hear everything I say when you watch a video. That's why I tell y'all watch it 2 and 3 times. And you missing something. So this man find a hole and said, okay, this is what Tony telling them. This is what I'm about to do. And some men will literally make it a game to sleep with women and dog women out who have relationship coaches, or to sleep with women who claim to be a Christian and fornication is a sin. Some men make that a game to be like a Christian conqueror. And so you never tell a man again, don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. So you talking to him, you vibing with him, you listening to him, and you got a whole bunch of game in your head. Like you know what game look like because you prepared yourself. Don't give him your playbook and say these are the plays I'm expecting you to run. I already know because now he just gonna get a new playbook. He just was trying to beat you with Tom Brady, Tampa Bay Bucks playbook. You tell him you got that playbook. Now he finna get Bill Belichick, New England Patriots playbook, and he finna beat you with that playbook. So never tell a man what you got going on. You know, you just deal with him, let him show you who he is. And see, the thing about it is, when you told him that though, you call that demon up out of him. That demon reared up because that demon know the spirit of God over here, that Christ over here. So that demon like, whoa, no, you listen to the spirit of God. You listen to Christians who telling you the right thing. No, you wrong for that. He don't know what he talking about. Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this right here. It's, most men don't deal with me because I step on most men's toes. But the guys who do deal with me, I still step on their toes because I'm a real man. But at the end of the day, I've never had a man come tell me, Tony, you lying to them women. Tony, what you telling them women ain't true. I ain't, because if it don't apply to him, then he don't get offended. But if it apply to him, then he know he on the wrong, he walking out of line if I'm stepping on his toes. So I got a homeboy that I was just at the football game with last night. And he's telling me all the time, he say, Tony, boy, hey, what you be saying the truth, boy. Hey, I'm a grown boy. Hey, I admit it. I be that. Tony, I'm a grown boy. F it. Right now I'm a grown boy. F it. He still cuss. He know I don't curse. He still curse. He curse all the time. And he know I don't curse. And he'll curse right in my face, right talking to me, curse right in front of my son, my wife. He just he authentically him. And some guys, they just gonna be that. And some guy gonna try to pretend to be something else. But when he let me know, like, I know I ain't lying. I know I'm telling the truth. So you got to understand that when you know the game and you step on a man's toes by knowing the game and he get offended, that's when he coming to play you. And that's when you got to run. Elena, God bless you. Now, if I have no desire to have my own business and love my 9 to 5 job, will that set me back in dating because of the 3 Bs? I had to block a woman yesterday. Talking about the 3 Bs. What you got to realize is having a 9 to 5 that is a brand. And you got to understand what the three B's is: brain, brand, and body. Brand is just knowing who you, brand is having something that can pay your bills, having a career. Now, a part of the brand is creating something that you cannot be fired from, but that come at a certain time. You love your 9 to 5 right now, but you might not love your 9 to 5 in 10 years. So a lot of the best entrepreneurs worked in corporate making 6 figures for the last 20 years, 25 years, and now they're able to transition and be an amazing entrepreneur because of the structure and the foundation and what they learned in corporate. So understand, as long as you could pay your own bills, then that means you have a brand. And so understand that a lot of people think that brand just means entrepreneurship. No, you could be an entrepreneur and not have a brand. Sam, God bless you. Now, thank you for all you do. Keep saving lives. I'm from Memphis, 901 area code. We want to know, where did Loose Booty 901 come from? Will you read my profile pic? Can't read the profile pic on here because it's too small. But and I only give that perception, where we talk about what your picture is saying to a man, or to a woman if you're a man, on coaching calls. And Loose Booty 901 is Memphis. 901 is the Memphis area code. And so that comes from real life. I happen to know a loose booty from the 901 area code. So as I was doing the video, the person popped in my mind and I said Loose Booty 901. So what y'all have to realize is, when I'm doing these videos, everything's off the cuff. So everything I'm saying, like, and that's why some people say, Tony, oh, you need to try to do stand-up comedy or something like that. And I be saying that, I'm like, for one, I'm not a comedian. Comedians write their jokes. I don't write my messages. So when I'm talking to you, if you laugh at something, that's just because your spirit in the right place. But I literally said that off the top of my dome in the moment. That wasn't like the skits and stuff I be doing. That just all be off the top of my dome in the moment, trying to get a point across. So Loose Booty 901, I just happened to say that one time and I just stuck with it. But a couple times I said Loose Booty 305, Loose Booty 626. But I just like Loose Booty 901 because, that was the original Loose Booty that was introduced to the channel. T. Johnson, God bless. Is there a period of time that men think it is unusual for a woman to be single? No. Men know the way of the world. Men know how it is. So you could be 20 and single, you could be 50 and single, you could be 80 and single, you could be 45 and single. It doesn't alarm a man. Now, when you are over 45 or 50 and you've never been married and you have no kids, a man starts to think that something is wrong with you. And that's just a thought that he has because he sees so many women settle for some kind of man at some place. So at some point in her life, so for you to not have been married or to not have had children, it kind of throws him for a loop because he's like, how have you been able to navigate this thing we call life without getting married or having kids, when every other woman, 99 out of 10 women, fall either for a bad marriage or for a bad baby daddy? How did you do that? Are you crazy? Is something up with you? Or was this you and your standards? And so he will go through that thought process. But once he talk to you, he'll realize, okay, you ain't crazy. It's just you got standards. You waiting on a real man. And then he may be that real man. Miss Phillips, God bless you. My ex-husband was and I divorced him, and we have 3 girls together. He died of brain cancer 2 years after the divorce. How do I sum that up when new guy asks where the kid's father and why I divorced him? Just say he passed away. Just say he passed away from, brain cancer, and we got a divorce just because we weren't a fit. The relationship wasn't healthy. Just like that. He passed away from brain cancer, and he may say, well, do you miss him? And say, I pray he rests well, but like miss him, like am I still in love with him? No, that was done before we even got a divorce. Our relationship wasn't meant to be, and we went our separate ways. Short and sweet. See, the thing about it is, if you tell a man that your ex was Conor McGregor in the relationship, then that lets him know that you have lived through that you endured that, and that he may be able to do the same thing to you. So, and he may try you if he has that in him. If he does not know that's a part of your story and your history, he may not try that. So that's why I say you got to be very, broad term when you telling a man about your business. Because it's a lot of grown boys out there and they will use it against you. Jada, God bless you. I have a non-profit mission is provide mothers with temporary housing to transition from toxic relationship. I emailed jobs wanted to make you aware. You mentioned starting a foundation. Hey, thank you very very much for that, Jada. I saw those emails, but just still haven't got a chance to get to them. Because as I was going through the emails, I started to realize, like, Tony, you read these comments from these women every day. And it's a lot of crazy women out there. You mess around and pick somebody to do a foundation with out of an email, you might end up on a Snap episode because you picked the wrong one to be a part of your foundation. So I just had to pump the brakes on that. Lord gave me wisdom. Say, hold on, Tony, hold on now, hold on. It ain't no guarantee you gonna pick, a woman with the spirit of a Ruth out there. Now you might pick a woman with the spirit of Delilah or Jezebel. So be very careful. So I had to pause the break. So God bless you with your foundation and what you're doing, and I hope everything keep going well. But when I get the time where I can focus on it, I'm gonna have to do some FaceTime interviews just where I can read people's spirit. Cause I can look at a person and tell that they crazy. God gave me that gift. What you said about no kids or married, does that go the same for men? Thank you. Yes, it goes the same for men. Me personally, if I meet a man who is 40 years old and he's never been married and he does not have children, I'm a little hesitant because it's just so many women in the world. It's so many women in the world. I also know how men are wired to desire and pursue a woman. So a man who has never been married and has no children by the age of 40, me personally as a man, that frightens me. I know they're out there, but if he out there, he need to be living like Apostle Paul. For me, I really don't want to shake his hand. I really don't want to have too much of a conversation. I definitely will never do business with him. If he 40, no kids, never. I just can't trust it as a man just because of my disposition and the way I pursue women. I just do not understand the mindset of a man who is not writing books for the Bible to still be single and never married and no kids. It don't make sense to me. I know God could be doing the work with him, but he gonna have to work with somebody else. For me, I just knew what's going on with you, brother. Is everything. So typically for me, that's like either I assume he likes men and his culture and his family will never accept that, so he's just been living in a struggle, or he's just an absolute dog to women and non-committal, and I don't want to deal with no man in my business or in my life that's dog women at the age of 40. And so, and for women, maybe you'll be his wife at 41 or 45, but I would just say tread lightly, pay attention, keep your eyes open, keep your legs closed. Destiny, God bless you now. My boyfriend has tattoos all over his face. Like all over. I love him because I've known him for 8 years. My family won't accept him because of the tattoos. Well, it's kind of like this right here. Now, I see you got a city girl's hairstyle. So now, when y'all have that long, straight hair right there with that yaki in there, that Remy, you attract certain kind of men because they looking for a certain style of woman. Now here's the question. what do those tattoos in his face mean? Because it's brothers with tattoos in their face who are articulate and they're wise, they're smart, they're good, entrepreneurs, they're good fathers, they're good people. It's also guys with tattoos in their face who think they're a thug, who still trying to carry, you know, gun they ain't got registered legally and might be doing illegal activity. If he on the illegal side of things and fake thug side of things or thug side of things, then you need to realize the deficiency in your heart, the void in your heart, and why you looking for a security blanket, why you looking for a daddy, and you need to listen to your family. You need to go on about your business. If your family is misjudging him, then you need to sit down and express to your family how they are misjudging him and how he is not a representation of what he looks like. And that was from a time and period where he was expressing himself in a certain way. Now, if he's still getting tattoos on his face, I'm gonna be a little concerned. And so, as a family, and I'll just tell you, me personally, if I had a daughter, I would not be advocating taking the risk of dating a man with a bunch of tattoos in his face, because that just speaks to something going on, some form of expression that I just may not feel comfortable with her taking the risk. He could be a great guy. But for me and mine, I wouldn't want want her to take that risk, because it just, yes, there are exceptions to the rule, but I wouldn't want my loved one to be a casualty trying to be the exception to the rule. So your parents have nothing but love for you, your family. They don't want to see you hurt. So typically, in most cases, you should listen to your parents unless you know they just way off base for the wrong reasons. Her Mark, God bless you. How do I prevent my sisters or other family members from telling details about my past relationship to my new man? Now, what kind of family you with? What kind of family you around? That they just walk. Oh yeah, so you will know, my sister used to be a HO, and she used to swing from pole to pole, and it's like every man she dated, they just punch her in the eye, and she just would cry, and then they'll just keep going. So just getting that out there. Hi, how are you? My name is Ashley. Nice to meet you. So yeah, so if you wanna, hit on her, do whatever you want to do. She's been through it all. Just understand that. So me personally, I really don't understand what kind of family you have that they'll be just going up telling all your business. So you may need to sit down and talk with your family. And then if your family that crazy or they own substances, then you need to keep the man you dealing with away from your family. Because to be honest with you, a man really don't care to meet your family. And most men don't really care nothing about your family, because they want to have you to themselves, but you just got to make sure he not crazy and a user. Y'all know what I'm saying, that word I'm talking about. Cam, God bless you. Now, left a grown boy. He tried to come back, but I proved he wasn't who he said he is. Should I expect payback for exposing him as a fraud? Nah, it depends on how you expose him as a fraud. If you expose him to where you and him know, then that's different than you exposing him online. If you expose him to a group of people or to Facebook, now it could be some retaliation. And I would just go on about your business, mind your business. If he do say or do something, immediately call them boys, put that restraining order on them. Because I just saw a young lady lose her life. She exposed her ex-boyfriend for something he tried to do with her little sister, and he came and took her life because he was hurt and embarrassed and whatever, and fake thug, angry, and came and took her life. So it depends on how you expose him. And so I would tread very lightly. If you know he crazy, if you know he got a little grown boy in him, hey, you got to ask yourself, do I need to leave? Do I need to get out of Dodge for a little while? Do I need to go to another city for a little while? Like I keep as much distance as possible to let things blow over. If you dealt with him and you know he ain't all the way crazy, then it might just take a month or two Things will blow over if you don't keep exacerbating the situation by keep talking to them, keep talking about them. You know, because when people, you just don't want to play with crazy. Do not play with crazy. What does it mean when a guy has very high emotions and very low emotions? Never constant, but very overwhelming. Red flag. Well, see, you know, some people have situations that they've never been diagnosed for. And you can't make him go to the doctor. You can't make him get a diagnosis, but you got to have, you know, those sense for yourself. And if you see that this is not a normal disposition, like this is not every man that I've met who is very high and very low, then something is going on here. This is a special case. And then you got to ask yourself, is this what I want to go through? Is this what I want to live with? Because anything that you deal with a man, listen to me closely. Anything you deal with a man in the beginning, you have to multiply that by 3. Anything you deal with. So if a man yell at you, listen to me, multiply that by 3. If a man, multiply that by 3. If a man cheat on you and you catch him cheating in the beginning, early on, multiply that by 3. Anything you deal with a man, it can get worse over time because he gets more complacent and he gets more comfortable with you. Jacqueline, God bless you now. Bless you. Kelly, bless you. I just realized I have been devouring your videos for months and they have really helped me. I also just joined the Blessed Tribe. Hey, God bless you now. God bless you. Yeah, some people watch these videos, don't even hit the subscribe button. Be on here every day, don't even hit the subscribe button. I was like, wow. YouTube showed me, they say 50% of the people watch your videos don't even subscribe to you. I was like, wow. Just on here stealing information. Hey, you mean the free subscribe button? They ain't hit that? I'm like, wow. Okay. All right. Human nature, I guess. Separated after 12 years, married with 3 kids due to being caught cheating for the second time. Wants to try counseling individually and together or move on. I'll move on. I'll move on. 12 years, he couldn't get it right. 12 years, 3 kids, he couldn't get it right. I'll move on. I'm gone. I'm out of there. Go. No, gotta go. You gotta go. That's too long. That's too long. I know, you know, and again, with that right there, that ain't even against the Bible. Because the Bible say when there is adultery, the marriage over. So I'm gone. 12 years, 3 kids. Gotta go. Gotta go. And if I'm you at that point, I want that child support. 3 kids. Ooh, yeah. 3 checks. Ooh, check coming in. All right. The count going up. Woo. Woo. Got that stress out of my life. Ain't got to worry about no cheater. And need check. All right, kid. Come on, check. Just hit. Let's go get some ice cream. Woo. Woo. Let's call back America. Oh, yes. I just wanted to make sure those 3 child support checks has cleared. Okay, yes, thank you. I just wanted to make sure I saw everything correctly on the count. All right, thank you. Bye. You hear me? 3 kids and you cheating? No, but he finna pay for this. No, but he finna pay for this. See, every man know and every man say it's cheaper to keep her. So that's why he can do all this 12 years and then holler about some therapy. No, bro, you should have been in therapy year 1. First time you cheated and didn't get caught, you should have went and got yourself therapy, bro. No, you want to wait to 12 kids, 3 kids. Now you want to do therapy because now you don't want to have to pay the child support. Now you won't have to pay spouse support. Now you don't have to pay alimony. So now you want to go fake through some therapy session talking about you ready to change, knowing good and well you're not finna change after no 12 years of tomfoolery. So what a man does in that situation, he gets you to drop your guard. Y'all going through counseling, you'll do 12 sessions, and he'll be perfect for a year. And then he right back to the foolishness. But now he got you up the creek without a paddle. Now it's 100 more people that's in y'all business that know that you just went to counseling and worked through it. So now you even triple embarrassed. Now you triple embarrassed to walk away because now your haters was cheering, but then they were sad because y'all stayed together and now he done cheated on you again. Now you like, man, I can't make the haters mad. I mean, I can't make the haters happy. Now, I might as well stay. 14 years in, 4 kids, I might as well stay. So then you settle. Because he got you up the creek without a paddle. I got to go. Just Glenda. Let me see. God bless you and your family. Was reading your first book, and would you still say the same about a man consistently looking for his upgrade? No, I wouldn't say the same because now I found love and I found purpose. But when I wrote that book, I was 22, and at that time, I didn't believe that relationships last forever, and I didn't believe that a man could be faithful to a woman. And the reason why I didn't believe that at 22 is because I had never seen it done. And the best man that I ever knew in my life was my father, and he divorced my mom when I was about 21. So that goes to say that people speak from where they are. So that's why you got to be very careful to what you listen to and to who you listen to, because people speak from where they are. Now I speak from the place of a 100% faithful married man, 13 years of marriage. So my perspective and my viewpoint and walking in my purpose. At the time I wrote that book, I had just stopped hustling. I had just left the streets not long ago. I actually went back to the streets after publishing that book. So I still was at that point, at 22, I was jaded. And I became an author ahead of my time. But everything else in the book, other than that, I stand by. But at that point, me and my wife wasn't married, so I really didn't know we was gonna work. We weren't married yet. We were still dating. And so, and I probably was looking around at that time too. I had wandering eyes then too. So I just ain't find nobody better. I ain't see nobody better than her. So I realized she the top upper echelon. This my wife. We got married. Then I fell in love. Then I realized, whoa, when a man fall in love, he has no desire to leave. He has no desire. But it is true that a man is always looking for his upgrade until he finds the one. So that's why you have to be careful with what you do with a man and how much you give a man. Because if you are not the one, then you just a rung in the ladder. You just a stepping stool if you not the one. But see, a lot of times women don't realize that a man is always looking for an upgrade until he finds the one and until he finds himself. So really a man is always looking for an upgrade until he finds himself. So he could find the one, but if he ain't found himself, then he's still looking. So what happens is women give a man too much. And so you give him children, you give him marriage, or you sleeping with him, or you living with him, and you've given him all this, but you don't know that you're the one. And the way that you know that you're the one is based on a consistent basis of how he treats you, how he talks to you, how he courts you, how he makes love to your mind, not your body, but to your mind, and how he protects, provides, look out for you. He will embody a leader, and you will feel secure, you will feel safe, you will feel trust, you will feel pure love, and then it will be consistent. You may feel all this, and so a lot of times women feel all this, and then boom, they on their bike. Boom, you on your bike. So you can't just feel it and then no, you got to feel that. Okay, I appreciate that. We're a month in, 2 months in, 6 months in, a year in. Okay, this who he is. This a habit. Year and a half, 2 years. Okay, he's still consistent. When you get like that, then it's like, okay, boom, here go my hand in marriage. Boom, here go my bike. Put them kids in me. Okay, boom, here go your children. All right, that's how you move. But see, a lot of times, so many women be so desperate for a relationship that you put the cart before the horses and end up hurting yourself. Make sure you put the hashtag Q in front of your question. And if you already asked a question, please refrain from asking more questions if you see other people questions got missed. Hey Tony, how do I know a man is genuinely interested in me? He tried to test me and I left. He found a way to contact me and says he doesn't want to lose me. Thoughts? He's 31 and I'm 29. Bless you. You don't know. You really won't know. That's why you got to keep your legs closed. That's why you got to keep your legs closed. Cause you don't know a man really wants you until he marry you and he treating you right. But even then, you still don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. When you're dealing with a man, it's an all-out gamble. It's all out gamble. So you kind of got to. I remember I watched Along Came Polly, and Polly was a risk assessment manager. And so with Polly, what Polly took and did is he looked at all the different factors of risk before he gave somebody a life insurance policy. And that's really what you have to do in a relationship. So when you see it's like this man could look like he genuine, but you got to look at everything around him that he does. So if he acting like he genuine, but he come from a broken home, that plays a part. If he acting like he's genuine, but he smoke weed, that plays a part. If he acting like he's genuine, but he get drunk, that plays a part. He watch nasty movies. He go to the club. He go to the strip club. He addicted to video games. So you have to look at the other things to what makes up his character, his morals, and his values. So if he acting like he's genuine and he tests you, and it wasn't like a malicious test, but then everything else about him screams character and integrity, then he could be genuinely interested. If he tests you and he got quite a few flaws that could become deal breakers, then that's not genuine interest. That is a grown boy seeking a challenge. So that's how you got to look at it. You got to assess the risk based on everything that makes him who he is. Jennifer, God bless you. Now, my boyfriend has certain behaviors that are intense and overwhelming and ruins my mood. He thinks it's nothing, but it makes me unhappy and I think of leaving. It is something. And so you have to express to him that it's something. You also have to express to him that it's unacceptable. Now, based on your last name, Garcia, I know y'all to be very forgiving and to be ride or dies. You know, when I hit me a name like that, when I hit my old name like that, that make me think of Hispanic or Italian, and a lot of times in y'all other cultures, when y'all cultures not just Caucasian American or Black American, a lot of other cultures, y'all so devout because, especially if you in America, because you like, look, we all we got. We got to stick together. We can't be going through no divorce. Like, we got our little city, we got our little family, we trying to come up, our ancestors, came over here, migrated, not like slavery now. I ain't talking about like slavery. I'm talking about we can't, my great granddaddy or my granddaddy came over here. I'm a first generation or my parents' first generation. We stick together. So one thing I noticed when I'm coaching people from different cultures, a lot of time y'all be ride or die. And so when you dealing with Buddy, you can't let Buddy be going off the handle and flying off going crazy. And then he talking about, oh, it ain't nothing. That's just me. No, Playboy, this is something. Okay. And this not acceptable. So you have to stop doing that or we finna be done. You go off the handle like that again, we done. Playboy, point blank, period. Now you can't say it like that. And y'all, you might be, listen, Poppy. Nah, listen. Nah, I know you might not even be Hispanic, but for you to be asking that question, I'm gonna tell you like right here. The woman I married, she ain't deal with nothing. You hear me? I got loud. Don't talk to me like that. She immediately checked me. Don't talk to me like that. Guess what? I never yelled at her again. So you got to know what you know and don't be putting up with nothing that you don't want to put up with. You got to let a man know. Because if you let a man know and you stay, he going to keep doing it. Sunshine, God bless you. Now, I put my baby down on child support a few years ago when he told me he had a baby on the way. We were in a bad place at that time. He is active in our child's life. He lost his job because of, should I take him off? That's personal choice. That's a personal choice. I mean, you know him, y'all relationship. He active in the child life. This is the thing right here. If you take him off when he get a job back, are you going to have the heart to put him back on? Now, if you don't put him back home, is he going to give you X amount of dollars monthly? Okay. When he stopped giving you X amount of dollars monthly because he done got you complacent and he done got you settled and he got close enough to you to where you done drop your guards, and you not looking at this as a business transaction. You looking at this like y'all buddies and pals, and then but he not helping financially enough for the child he helped you bring in the world. Then and he miss a month, 2 months, 3 months. Are you gonna be up the creek without a paddle and stuck because you allow him to become your friend instead of your co-parent? And so you got to really, think about that there. So me personally, I get it. But if he don't got a job, then the court, if they get a letter or y'all notify them, then they should stop his payments anyways, but still keep him in the system. And then you update them when he get that job back. So I don't know if I just take them all the way off and all that. I might see if they got a forbearance because he out of work. But then just like student loan, you get a forbearance right now with the situation we in. But now after the forbearance, all right, come on, get him. All right, let's get the money back rolling. All right, got to go. You hear me? So and now see, listen, I don't answer these questions for my homeboys. Like I'm not answering these questions like thinking about the man. I answer these questions if this what I was telling my daughter. And if I'm telling my daughter this right here or my sister this, it's them versus the world. It's them versus that man. I don't care about how that man feel about the child support. I don't care nothing about how he feel because he a grown man and he laid down and he brought that child in the world. He got to be financially responsible, point blank, period. Now, if I'm talking to one of my homeboys and I hear the man side of it, then I see it differently. Because I'm like, oh yeah, you right. Yeah, you got a point. You out of work. Yeah, you right. You shouldn't even have to be paying that right now. You out of work. Yeah, I feel you though, but if I'm talking to myself, hey, give him a little forbearance, keep them paperwork, job back. Oh, come on, send a check. So you got to think about that. Thank you for your animated and memorable lesson, Brenda. God bless you now. God bless you. I ain't know I was animated on here, but. God bless her. Let me see. Looking for a question on here. Now make sure you put the hashtag Q in front of your question so I could see it. Man, only questions in the chat. Only questions in the chat. That's why y'all see the moderators deleting posts, trying to keep the chat clear so I can answer as many questions as possible. What is your take on a man that is setting his standards based on how the world and these people who are for any and everything today? Well, my take on that is that he's a grown boy and that he doesn't know the Lord, and that if you deal with that type of man, you're going to have a life of misery. So if a man bases his standards and morals based on what's acceptable in the world, that's going to be an uphill battle. Sunshine, God bless you. Met a pastor in his 40s, says he's been single for 3 years. Shared with me he's not ready to let go of the friendship with his ex. Soul tie. Absolutely, that is a soul tie. That is a soul tie. And he more likely in sin anyway, too. So I don't know. I be trying to keep my distance. Just in case the Lord do start striking people with lightning. I be trying to keep my distance. All right, go ahead, Pastor. I'm about to be. I pray for you. Talking to this guy. We met up for coffee. We talk every day via text. No calls. He watches my Snapchat all day. Should I block him? Well, you just want to block the man? Don't block. I mean, you ain't got to block the man just because all he do is text. Now you ain't got to block the man. No, let him. He watching. Okay, give him a movie. Give him a movie to watch. Let him see. Let him see your dazzling, amazing, wonderful life. You see what I mean? But don't let him waste your time on no text message. So it's like if he wants you, then he need to be on the phone. He need to be calling, or he need to be FaceTiming. And so you have to, when a man texting you and y'all supposed to be building, you got to tell him like, listen, I'm not really a big texter anymore. It's anymore because you've been texting his head off. But now you got to say, I've given up on texting. Call me when you free. And that's when you're gonna see where you at in his life. That's when you're gonna find out what you really mean to him. Nadira, I feel like I've seen your name in here already. You got a very unique name. You might need you a coaching session, sister. Tony, if a father is there financially for his child, wouldn't it be better of the baby's mother to put him on child child support regardless of abandonment of mother and child. No, that wouldn't be bitter. That's business. When you sleep with a man, y'all have a child, and then y'all break up, it's a business transaction from there. It ain't about no bitterness. This ain't about no brokenness. This ain't about nothing. But see, you saying that because that's what men tell y'all. That's what men say all the time. Oh, you bitter. You put I'm paying for my child. I'm paying. The same reason why a man don't want to be on child support is the same reason why the man don't want to get married. Because he want to be able to walk away at any given time without repercussion. So if a man is paying you every month, but he not on papers with the county, then he could stop paying you for 2-3 months. And then when you get serious and you say you finna file child support, now he pay you again. He pay you for 2-3 months, he stop paying you again. At the end of 12 months, you only got financial support for 6 months. And then he pump fake you the other 6 months. But when he on paper, then if he stop paying, now them license getting suspended. Now he can't work. Now that passport suspended. So the reason why a man will give you more than what child support say, or why he gonna pay you without paperwork, because he don't want them people in his business. Because he want to be able to do what he want to do when he want to do it. And he might pay you for 3 years straight. And then boom, just stop. So you got to have representation when you done been on your back without a ring. You got to have representation so that if he take a stupid pill, you got backup. And so you can't get caught up just looking at it by, oh, this about money. And then listen, he got to know that this business, that because, we in this situation, this business, and my main concern is this child. It ain't your feelings as a grown man. It's not about your feelings as a grown man. This about this child. That's my main concern. And so if he will give you more than what child support say give you, then he ought to still give you that difference. If child support say you get 500, but he giving you 800, then he ought to give 500. Express to him, listen, this ain't just about me and you. I want you to be on these papers for this 500 because you got a receipt every month. So when your child 13, 14, 15, as a father, you able to say, here go the receipts. Boom. I sent 500 every month. And on top of that, I gave another 300. So if he loved that child and he mature, he gonna do the same amount for that child regardless of what that paperwork say at the courthouse. But if he paying you X amount of dollars and then you put him on the papers for security and for receipts and for backup and for business purposes, then he give you less because the court say you supposed to get less, then that lets you know he petty and he bitter, and it's about his feelings. He don't love you and he don't love that child. He being petty. But a man gonna do what he do for his child if he love that child, regardless of what the court's got to say, regardless of what you got to say. So that's what y'all got to understand is, and you got to make sure that you just ain't getting caught up being a gold digger and just you trying to just get the most money possible, and then you trying to be besties and all of that, because you got to think about the times when he meet that new woman and now he not on them papers, and she say, well, no, you can't be sending that much. You can't be sending no money every month. She got a job, and she don't need that every month. And then she pull him away. Now you up the creek without a paddle. That's what you got to understand. Megan, God bless you. Kept my eyes open and legs closed. Long distance girlfriend got a hold of our messages and asked about the nature of our relationship. Didn't know about her. Thank you for helping me dodge a bullet. Hey, God bless you. I'm glad that worked out for you. Joya, God bless you. Tony, I had to give. I'm listening here on YouTube and reading the Q&A on IG. You cracked me up, LOL. Thanks for all the time you give. Y'all forgive me. I got a little gnat in here. Thanks for all the time you give us. It's appreciated. Hey, God bless you now. God bless you. Shakita Harris, bless you now. I done seen y'all name multiple times. Y'all, thank you. Bless you. My hand all cut up. Pulling that locker. My wife had me lifting a locker. My back ain't worth nothing today. Hey Tony, I watched your compatibility zone video and I'm still unsure what mine is. What can you explain it a little more? Basically what I'm saying is inside of all of us we have some insecurity inside of us, and there's a certain look of a person that when we look at that person we feel like this person is just otherworldly, gorgeous, or just like on a level that we're not on. And sometimes we will want to get that person to get their approval, to feel better about ourselves. And so at that point, we see them as a dime and we see ourselves as a nickel. And so what I'm saying is you should see yourself as a dime, but you should see the person that you with on your level. Like the person you with, you should feel confident. Like this person is attractive, but they're not, he is not or she is not better than me, to where I feel like they can look down on me and like I'm lucky to have this person. That's what I mean by your compatibility zone. Don't chase, don't feel like an ugly duckling and then go try to chase the swan. If you an ugly duckling, then go ahead and get you an ugly duckling and then y'all become swans together. You see what I'm saying? And not literally speaking, but what I'm saying is don't date to seek approval. Get with somebody like who like you, but also like them too. Don't get somebody that you like because you think they gorgeous and they amazing, but they don't look at you the same way. That's how you get your heart broke. And that's what happens so often is I see so many women getting with a man that's really not even attracted to them, and they know this man is not attracted to them because they've never had a boyfriend that was well off, making good money, good looks on this level, that was attracted to them because they just not compatible. But now they looking at this guy and all of a sudden the woman got this money, she doing good, she doing better than him financially, and now this type of guy wants her and she don't think it's strange. She think this what I deserve, this what I've been waiting on. No, he using you for your money. And that's what you got to understand. Cindy G, God bless you now. God bless you. Sharon, God bless you. Thanks for the knowledge and time that you give. Hey, bless you now. Regina, bless you. My ex-husband left me for a woman he met on the dating site 4 years ago, and lately have been fishing, trying to get back in with me. Why? It just let you know them dating sites don't work like that. It be temporary, and then after a few years, that flame gone, the thrill is gone. They got the song on, thrill is gone. Really gone away. And so now he trying to slip back in to see what you got going on. And see, the thing is, he think you low self-worth. He think you low self-esteem. So if you still single, he definitely telling himself that story like, oh yeah, she been waiting on me. She been broken ever since I left her. She still sitting there waiting on me. And he'll come back. He'll use you as a dump. He'll use you as a garbage disposal. He done miss, being down there with you. So he gonna get on down there, get him a little something, get it feel back, get it remembrance back, then keep on dealing with that woman he dealing with from that site, or he gonna find him another woman off the site and then leave you again. You'll be just hurt for no reason. So it's like, nah, bro, you left me for that website, go on about your business. All right. You want to holler about plenty of fish? Nah, plenty of fools. So go on about your business. Keep your fish that you caught. I'm gone. Then you just gotta let them live with it. Let them live with it. Cam, I exposed him, but I said to him only now he's running around saying I'm crazy. I moved on. Don't want to stoop to his level or worried about payback. That's good. Don't stoop to a level. Go ahead. Move on. He can't pay you back if you ain't dealing with him. Brittany, God bless you. I broke up with my ex because I didn't see a future with him, but still think about him all the time and get jealous when I find out about other women that he deals with. Advice. It's just really because you haven't replaced him with anything. So you got to get you a coach. You got to get you some books that you read. You got to get you some videos you watching, some courses you taking, and you got to replace him with something new. You got to learn. You got to grow. You got to heal. And so you kind of been standing still, and that's why you feeling like you feeling, because you ain't replaced them with new growth. Takesha, God bless you now. Sonny Lee, bless you now. Sonny Lee. Want to work things out with X, but he's constantly nagging about me not being affectionate. But I show my feelings in other ways. Still not enough. He complains, but doesn't reciprocate that energy. Um, you're wasting your time. The key word is X. See, anytime you do something with an ex and y'all still arguing, when you going back to an ex and y'all still arguing, y'all still going through, y'all still dealing with stuff, then go on about your business. Go on about your business. You can't when ex, it need to be smooth. When you go back to an ex and it's still bumpy and rocky, go on about your business. Somebody asked about the Black Friday. Yes, it's going to be a Black Friday on the life coach certification. If you already got it and you paid, a higher price, pat yourself on the back. God bless you, because you blessed. You blessed. A lot of people, just ain't able to afford it right now. So be blessed. Please do not. Oh, I paid what it costed. Now you doing a sale? Can you back order the sale? Can I get the sale? I bought the course 30 days ago. Did you do 30 days rebates? No, listen, you bless, God bless you. You're going to be rewarded based on the seed you sowed. Somebody else got it for less, they're going to be rewarded on the seed they sowed. So you paid more for it, you might be blessed more with more clients. It's just how it works, universal law. So just be thankful that you was able to make that happen. Everybody not there yet. So when the sale come, y'all better be ready now, because when I do that sale, listen, be hearing people mouth who already paid a higher price for it. So on Black Friday, if you want to take the life coach certification, you better start saving now. Every person who want to become a life coach, who want to take the certification, better start saving now, because it's going to be a sale on Black Friday. And then I don't want to hear you after Black Friday talk, oh, I just happened to miss it and I just been saving every day I could do. Told you on the live on the 24th of October to get your life in order now. Start doing some extra hours. Start putting up your tips. Your family want to give you a birthday gift. Tell you, all right, get your life in order now, because on Black Friday, that's going to be it. Luella, God bless you. Now, dealing with a guy who shows his emotions and interests, then tends to draw back and then comes back being affectionate is so annoying. What do you think? I think he got another woman, and you his little side fun, and so that's why he coming in and out. So when she busy, when she tied up, or when she mad, or when she unavailable, then he come on back hot and heavy with you. That's what that is. Jazzy Faye, God bless you now. God bless you. Jazzy Fee, God bless you. Raven, bless you now. Is 23 too young to settle down waiting for a husband? Settle down / waiting for a husband? Now settle down would mean if you met your husband and you finna settle down. 23 would be too young to be waiting for a husband, meaning not living your life, not dating, because you just waiting on a husband now. Now keep dating, but it's not too young to close your legs until you married. No, that's perfect. That's what you want to do. When I married my wife, she was 20. My wife was 20 years old, and I had just turned 23. I'm 2.5 years older than her. And then 6 months later, she turned 21. And so it ain't nothing wrong with knowing what you want, when you're a young adult. Janika, God bless you now. Janisha. Takesha. Hi, Tony. Hey, y'all got 6 more minutes. My head's starting to hurt. The hat too tight. And I would take it off, but it might rub off my hairline in the process. So I got to keep it on now. The hat too tight, squeezing my brain. So I got to get going. And these lights in my face too, give me a little headache. Takesha, let me see. Hi, Tony. A man at my job is showing interest in me. However, he hasn't asked for my number and he seems to be entitled for me to notice him and speak to him when we see each other. I'm confused. Well, he's taken. He's taken. He's taken and he's looking for him a work wife. And so what he's doing with you is that's the internal battle that he's going through. So he looking, he kind of flirting with his looks, but he's warring in his mind and in his spirit to be faithful. But if you come on to him, then he gonna say she came on to me, so that's why I gave in. I got weak. I couldn't take it. And that's why he really ain't pressing you, because he tied up in a situation. Finesse, God bless you now. God bless you. Scranton 91, bless you. Hi, Tony. So thankful for your recent videos. They say to wait for a year before dating after a divorce. Would you agree, or do you have a different perspective based on what you've seen? Yes, I agree. And I say that too in my videos. So the more of them you watch, you'll hear me say that in there, that you need to wait for a year after the divorce. Because you need a whole year of healing. You need a whole year of healing. You might need more. But that year is not going to do anything for you if you're not actively healing. Meaning if you need to be working with a professional on my mentor.life or a similar situation, similar site, a coach or a therapist, or both. You need to be watching the videos. You need to be taking the courses. You need to be reading the books. You need to have you an accountability partner. You know, all of the above. Working on yourself. Finesse, God bless you. Gina, bless you now. Significant other love language is verbal. Seems to need a lot of verbal affirmations. Sometimes it's exhausting. Thoughts on how to handle. Listen, if you exhausted, verbal affirmations, that's too much. That's too much. Listen, you not listen. Now, the only person you supposed to be exhausted over praising is the Lord. If you break your sweat praising the Lord, but you shouldn't be exhausted praising no man. Now, he need therapy. He need to work. He need therapy. He need coaching. So listen, I give what you can give from a glad place in your heart. And so what I do with my wife, I just make it a routine to where she may not even feel it, may not even process it. But I just, every time I see her, I just be like, girl, you look good. Girl, you look good. And then anything she do good, I commend her. You know, my son, he set a PR today. That's a personal record at cross country. And beat his PR by 20 seconds. I said, baby, that's due to your training. That's due to your training. Hey, you're doing an amazing job. My youngest boy came and showed me all his 100s on his schoolwork. His work is hard. He in the first grade. I barely could do it. I said, baby, it's just something you do with these boys. Like, you really know how to teach these boys how to learn this schoolwork. So that's like what she actually doing that deserve praise. That's what I'm praising. And so that's what you have to do in your relationship. Like, be vulnerable to the point to where you can be open and honest and you can be selfless in that, but it shouldn't be fake. You shouldn't be exhausted. If you're exhausted, that means he's not affirming you. Because if he's affirming you, then he'll be filling you up and that you giving from what he giving you. Y'all filling each other up. It shouldn't be one side to where you filling him up and then you drained and exhausted. No, you ought to feel full. So if you don't feel full, he ain't doing what he supposed to do. So you stop doing it. Then he be like, why you not affirming me? Why you not giving me positive word? Listen here. Playboy, why you ain't speaking my love language? I ain't the only one know how to talk. You need to know how to talk too. Now you might not say it like that, but you might say it like that. Ain't nothing wrong with saying it like that, but let him know, like, listen, hold on, brother, listen, this is not a one-way street. This is a two-way street here. Hold on now. If you want me to be pouring into your life, you need to be pouring into my life. All right, you need to be filling me up. Tijuana, Tiana. God bless you now. God bless you. Little creator with that name. God bless you now. Forgive me if I'm saying it wrong now. Tiana. Okay, I see. Dealing with this guy for 3 years. Now he's been ignoring me, and there's another woman involved. 3 years. Okay, now he ignoring you, and it's another woman involved, but we didn't end the relationship. And he won't get his things out of my house. Any advice? Okay, yeah. So y'all did end the relationship. It just wasn't verbally, it wasn't formally, but the relationship over. All right, relationship is over at 2 years if y'all ain't married. Basically, the relationship over. 2 years y'all ain't married and y'all over the age of 25. Relationship over, pretty much. Okay, so now what you need to do with his stuff is get an address for him. His next of kin, his mama, somebody, and get his clothes sent over there. If you know where it lives, then drop the clothes off. Hey, drop the clothes off, then trash bag at the front door. God bless you with your life. Go on about your business. Janika, God bless you now. I don't know how to send a message with $4.99. I won't call my bait. Tony, you deserve. Okay, you did it, Janika. I see you up there at the top. You did it. You did it. God bless you now. Miss Tina, I'm gonna just call you Miss Tina now because I can see that out. Mom cheated on dad. He forgave. She talks and treats him disrespectfully. Verbally ill him. How do I get him to see he deserves better? Well, see, what you gotta understand. Miss Tina. Unless your daddy got a catheter in, your daddy getting his revenge. Don't ever think a man sitting over there just getting emasculated. Your daddy got more women than Lay's got potato chips. You hear me? Your daddy got some up his sleeve. That don't bother him. What your mama doing? That don't bother him. He know what he doing. Your daddy got plenty in the works. He got it all up his sleeve. You hear me? So do not fret for your daddy. Trust me. There's one thing men do not do is take a L. Men do not take a L in no relationship. A woman cheat on a man, she thinks she getting over. All right, okay, yeah, you keep thinking that. He looking at your mama. Yeah, keep yelling. Keep yelling. You want to cheat again? Go ahead. Go ahead. Your daddy got all kind of action going on. You hear me? Trust me now. Trust me. Ain't nothing wrong with your daddy. He got a lot going on. Thoughts on dating a man with multiple children, like 10 to be exact, and multiple, one of them being me. Would it ever work long term? P.S. He is 40 and still in the streets. No, Brittany, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. You already knew that too, but if you need me to tell you, no, it's not gonna work. Okay, not gonna work. Waste of time, right? Can't nobody save him but Jesus. You got to understand that. Hey y'all, God bless you. I got to go. The hat squeezing my head too tight and gave me a little headache. I need me some water. And God bless you. I really appreciate y'all sending these questions. I did a whole Q&A on Instagram. So you go on my Instagram, and if you didn't know I had an Instagram, got an Instagram. Did a Q&A in my stories where I answer some questions. I do it every now and then. My thumbs getting a little thicker than I like them to be, so I just don't really like doing all that typing on there. You know what I'm saying? And essentially, when you're a goon, you really don't like doing a lot, because us goons, because y'all know I'm from the street. So with the way we is on social media, we don't like doing a whole bunch of typing. So doing a lot of typing, and then I got to be reading back, and I'm not no English teacher, so it just been draining me. And doing a Q&A on there, I'd rather do it on here. So where I could just talk, it's easier. But then on here, I go to running out of breath. Been on here an hour and a half, Can't breathe too hard because the microphone in my face. I got a mic right here, so I don't want to be breathing all in y'all ear like when you're on the phone with somebody and they just keep breathing in your ear. So today I'm tired. I'm finna get on here and watch these Rays. See, I got my Tampa Bay Rays hat on. Now, Gail, thank you. Gail made me the TG hat. So I wore this in the video the other day. And just in case y'all wonder what this is in my hand, I don't play no poker. This is a man business card. Actually, it's a financial advisor business card. And it just happened to be sitting on my desk. He, his suite next to mine at the Buck Stadium. So I got this. But hey, God bless you all. Appreciate you. This video should process. If you missed any of it, it should process and be up hopefully later tonight. Sometimes these long ones take a longer time to process. God bless you. We'll talk soon.